So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world. And welcome to another interview of the Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector. And today I have Zack from the band If These Trees Could Talk. So, first of all, Zack, how are you today?
Good, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining me on the couch. It looks like you're out on the road, maybe trying to save some trees in the process. So we're here because you have been a band for a few years now, and you're an instrumental, like post rock, post metal type of band. So tell me a little bit about the sound of If These Trees Could Talk to people who haven't heard you.
Yeah, we kind of consider ourselves just an instrumental rock slash metal band. Three guitars, bass and drums. We kind of have a wall of sound. There's a lot of distorted guitars and stuff. And we try to hit you with hills and valleys. So there's a little bit of quietness, and then we smash in and try to keep it rocking. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and I know that your last album came out like in 2016. Am I correct?
Yep.
So it's been a while, but for now, you have a new single, and it's called Trail of Whispering Giants. And it's already out. It was out, I think, on February for people who haven't heard it. And it's out through Metal Blade Records. So let's talk a little bit about that track. I think it's kind of like a ambient, it's beautiful in parts, but like you say, it has that wall of sound. Tell me a little bit about the making of that song.
The main track or the main riff of that song I've had for a minute, and I just couldn't figure out how to use it, make it worth anything. But I was finally able to get together with my brother, and that opening riff on the track, it's kind of driving, it's kind of like marching, it's a little repetitive, but we kind of give it to you at the beginning and then take it away and bring it back at the end of the song there, so kind of bring it full circle. But yeah, the track ended up being okay. We try to take you on a journey, so we'll like I said, we'll give you a little bit of taste of what it might be, then veer you down the road, change it up a little bit, and then try to tie it all together at the end with kind of like a conclusion.
Yeah, and I have the artwork that you used for this single. Here it is, Trail of Whispering Giants. Who took this picture? I like it because you can see the fog and everything.
Yeah, no, I took that picture. We live just south of Cleveland in the Cuyahoga National Valley, and I believe that's the Route 80, Interstate 80, the Turnpike. And it was just one of those foggy mornings, and I was like, let's go down to the bridge and see what it looks like. And that was pretty much an untouched photo. I just did a little colorization on it, but yeah, that's under Route 80 in the on the river there.
Nice. Well, it's a cool looking picture. So I'm sure you've been asked this, but about the name of the band. But what inspired the name of the band?
The name of the band came from something that my grandfather used to say all the time. We'd go on hikes, and he would just say, "If this tree could talk, if these trees could talk," the history that they would be able to provide with the hundreds of years of seeing people come and go. It's always stuck in my head as a cool concept, and it just kind of fit with the band not having a singer. It's kind of like a play on words, and I think it's worked so far. We like it.
Yeah, so it's been a while since you dropped like a full album. Like, what have you been doing? I know that a lot of stuff happened, but what have you been doing in the years that you weren't, putting out music?
Well, we did that tour 2016. It came out the following year, or the end of that year. We toured, and we started working on new stuff, and then COVID happened and kind of tore everything apart. No one was getting together. We still had our riffs and stuff, and then in that downtime we kind of just started. We all have kids, we all work full time, so we all got stuck in that loop. And luckily my new job allowed me to have some more free time to work on that kind of stuff. So we started it back up again, trying to pick up where we left off.
So far you have the new single. Is there new music coming on the way this year, or for now it's the same?
we're still working on the full album. It probably won't come out this year, but I hope to have something buttoned up by the end of the summer to where we can at least get it in the swing of things to come out next year. Because it kind of takes a minute, you turn it in, it takes 5 or 6 months to get all your stuff pressed up and get it in line. So
Yeah. So being, a band that has no singer, no lyrics, like how do you find in like our shows like different when when you go see bands that play and you sing, how different to you is the vibe of like an instrumental band on a show?
it can it's pretty nice. We don't play usually with other instrumental bands too much, we try to make it the only instrumental set on the show, but those kind of shows are fun. They're a little more artsy, the lighting's always cool. The fans are awesome. The fans seem to dig it. They know how to get down at the instrumental shows. We just had one in Akron, kind of our comeback show a couple weeks ago, and it was awesome. People were digging it. People headbang. They treat it just like a normal show.
Well,
We
it
try
is
to
a
make it
normal
not.
show. It's just there's no lyrics.
Yeah, right. I guess when I say normal, like the crowd work, someone to actually talk to the crowd and interact it's really not there. We will say what's up during the breaks of songs, but you just kind of let the music do its thing and hope everyone has a good time.
Yeah. Do you find it? Do you think it's harder to like write instrumental music and have it move people than have like normal song structure, chorus, bridge, stuff like that, and singing over it?
No, actually, I like having the freedom to break the rules a little bit and not start with the typical, like you said, song structure, verse, chorus, bridge. We treat it as the riffs kind of direct where it's going. So, we like to start songs with big builds, maybe some ambient noise, and it's kind of fun to decide whether to hit people with intense loudness right off the rip or make them wait. We like to make people wait for certain elements. But no, I enjoy the freedom of just kind of no rules. Do what you got to do to get it done.
Yeah. So this song, "Trail of Whispering Giants," even though it's instrumental, what does that song mean to you?
Um, I guess as far as the the title of the song, it was a cool. It just seemed to fit the vibe of we live in a very trail heavy area where there's lots of trails. There's lots of trees out here in Ohio, and I just picture walking down a trail and all these giant trees that can't talk, as you're passing, and it's almost like they're just whispering giants. They're just sitting there. Either say they're waiting to say something, or they're just kind of letting you wander through, unharmed or untouched, and it just felt like a cool vibe that we haven't really touched on yet in all of our other albums.
Yeah, I felt like that when in 2021 I saw the sequoia trees in California. Like those trees, I felt I never seen trees as big as that.
Yeah, those are huge, right? It's pretty cool. The whispering giants.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like you can write something there. Like yeah, it's really impressive. So yeah, something I got from the band, like because I listened to your other tracks, like the Here and After, Above the Earth, From Roots to Needles, and something that I got from all the tracks is like it feels like even though it's no lyrics, it felt like everything was connected to like a theme of the earth.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah, having the trees in the name helps with everything. It helps with artwork. It helps with themes.
you're screwed.
It's
Now
pretty
you're
cool.
like every
Yeah,
song has to be about a tree.
I know we're running out of ideas here. We got to figure something out here.
Well, maybe you can do a belly cover, Feed the Tree.
There you go. Right? Yeah. I mean, there's lots of bands, and even now I see people using trees as themes and all kinds of music. Artwork and all that stuff. It's just something that is in our everyday life that you kind of take for granted, and then you're like, hey, well, you know what? It's everywhere.
Yeah, you know what? We take it for granted, but without trees, we wouldn't breathe. And uh, we've all seen what's happened. Like there's deforestation is a thing. So
Right.
if we keep on building and everything's concrete, we're going to fucking run out of fucking air.
I
So
know, right?
so
Right.
yeah, like so if the trees could talk, they would tell you stop chopping us down.
There
So
you go, right? Like, they'd say that hurts, leave us alone.
yeah. So for you, like when you were growing up and getting into music, like what bands inspired you to pick up an instrument?
Uh yeah, I was born in the early 80s, so my dad was a musician and he played guitar, and I knew everything classic rock, you know what I'm saying? Pink Floyd, all that, Zeppelin, all that stuff. I really took to the Pink Floyd sound. I really liked the atmosphere and the airiness and how the songs were structured a little different, the guitar being very prominent and stuff. And then in the 90s and early 2000s, I was a total new metal kid. Limp Bizkit, Korn, Tool,
I
Deftones,
can
all that stuff.
totally hear the Limp Bizkit influence in your song.
So I think we get a lot from Tool and a lot from the Deftones as far as the detuned guitar, heavy riff stuff. That comes out a lot in what we
Yeah,
do.
it does kind of have like that because to me Deftones is music to have sex to. Like
Right? Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just that
Hopefully we are too, right?
yeah, if my I someday wish to interview Chino Moreno, and I'll
Yeah.
tell him straight up in the interview, like Chino, I've had sex to you many many
You're
times,
right.
my friend. Thank you for all the good.
Yeah. I know.
And he'll
Yeah.
probably
I
be
know
like,
when that music comes on, something happens. Something
yeah,
happens to me.
something happens with Deftones. So you're playing a show tonight, right?
Yes, we're at the Beachland Ballroom in Cleveland with a band called King Buffalo. We're opening up for them, and
I know who
yeah,
King Buffalo is. I love
nice.
that band. I actually interviewed them on the channel.
Oh, nice, excellent.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
they
great band.
they're we've it's sold out tonight. It should be a good time.
Yeah, good exposure for you guys because yeah, King
Hmm.
Buffalo and King Buffalo, even though they sing on some of the songs, they're pretty also trippy, instrumental.
Yeah, for sure.
Another
Yeah.
band that I talked to recently that you guys could play a show with is Some Drifter from Boston. Pretty cool band
Oh,
too.
okay, nice.
Like
Yeah,
that type of vibe as well.
yeah. There's I wish we could get on. We don't tour that much. Hopefully, with things in the future, we can. But usually our tours, we just find some friend bands, to go with us. Because a lot of these bigger bands, they have support. They have their own package together. So it'd be cool to get on something like that with a little more room to bring people. We play limited size clubs, but we need to get on some House of Blues style tours, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, baby steps at a time. So, Zach, I hope today the show is a success. So, what can we expect from If These Trees Could Talk in the coming months?
In the few months, at least over the summer, we are headed to London to play Portals Festival in Hackney at the end of May. And then we are also playing a Cleveland show at the end of July on the way to Post Fest, which is in Indianapolis at the end of July. And that's a pretty big festival. There's 3 days, I believe, and there's some heavy hitters on there. Like each day is packed with bands, and that'll be a fun. It's kind of like our post rock festival in the States over here. So we're looking forward to that. And then yeah, we're just gonna keep writing tracks and hopefully have something available sooner than later.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan. So, Zach, I want to thank you for taking some time of your day to chat with me a little bit about the new track, Trail of Whispering Giants. So, everyone, it's out now that you can get it. And also, congrats on being putting that out with Metal Blade Records. Uh,
Yeah,
Tell me a
thanks.
little bit about that before we go about like joining Metal Blade.
Yeah, we joined Metal Blade before we put out Bones of a Dying World. and we put that out on the label. And then in the following years, they have licensed our 3 other albums. So all those albums are available through Metal Blade, which it's been awesome. It's been good exposure. They've been really good to work with, and it's fun to be part of the family over there.
Yeah, whenever you see, like, if you see a band and Metal Blade on it, it's like a sticker of like this band you should watch out for, because Metal
Right.
Blade, they usually have their eye on the talent. At least usually
Yeah.
they know what's going to be popular in different styles. So yeah, that's awesome that you guys are with Metal Blade, and I can't wait to listen to a full length. Maybe so. For like, would you ever consider like having a singer, or were you guys like, no, let's stay forever
No.
instrumental?
Yeah. If I was gonna do a project with a singer, it would be something totally different. I don't think we could. I mean, obviously you could do something with the trees, but I think that just needs to be what it is, you know. And I don't want to ruin
What if
all
Chino
that.
Moreno calls you and say, Zach,
Yeah.
I want to sing on If These Trees Could Talk record. Can you, will you let me
Yeah,
sing?
we we might have sex to that one. That might be a good one too. See what happen. No, definitely. That'd be awesome. That would be a dream.
Yeah,
But as far as like a permanent, someone that was the leading the band there, I don't think it would work.
yeah. Plus, there's a lot of like like Russian circles. There's a few instrumental bands. I think there's one called Leprosus. I can't remember the name right now. That are being like people like that because it's just all about the music. Uh,
Mhm.
so especially like people who are really into music, just sit out and appreciate music. And to me, your music is the type of music that you could put if you want to like relax and unwind after a busy day or week.
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely room for thinking in there. You don't have to follow a singer and listen to their lyrics and kind of get in their mindset. You're like kind of free to just
Yeah,
feel what you're
but
feeling and kind of work some stuff out.
but I said so. It's to put on your home, so people it's not background dentist music.
Right. No,
There's
no,
a
no.
distinguish about that because they have that. This band does not have that sound. So Zach, thank you again for joining me today virtually on the couch. So a lot of success for If These Trees Could Talk, and the single, can people like buy it on Bandcamp, or like if they want to support the band, do you have merch?
Yeah, we're working on getting a merch store going again. It's been down for a while. And then you can just go over to Metal Blade Records to stream it, or Spotify or Apple Music, all those. It's pretty much just a digital release at this point. Um, but hopefully in the future, we get it on something.
Yeah, maybe on the next album.
Right. Hey, that'd be
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. So people, check out If These Streets Could Talk. So until next time, this is Hector, the shield dude on a couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.